Let's move to the positive. So what I see in the world right now, like I think we are really entering a new kind of democracy. So in the past, majority wins, majority is making the decisions. But I feel right now, not the majority, the group who will include the most diversity, the most inclusive, will sort of the win. Maybe I definitely believe something very interesting coming out of the whole movement, because like what we have is not working. That kind of like majority get the vote, they decided. And I think, which is great, you said, like every day now we are seeing a statistic. Like I just saw something on Instagram, there's only 3 people of color in the Fortune 500. What the hell, right? So it's changing. So I want to go to the more positive spin. What is your predictions of this year, and what are the good trends that you guys are seeing that like it will have some great positive income in this year? And what do you guys see as that? And then I think we will finish this great panel, I think. So like if everyone say their last words in a positive manner, it will be great.
All right, I'll just go first really quick. I'm definitely seeing, which I think is very interesting. It's like there's the people with power and then the people that are powerless, right? And I definitely, with the Black Lives Matter, that's very current. Like I'm seeing, they're trying to change the policing. You can't do chokehold in Michigan. Like they're definitely starting to reassess these like old legacy laws that don't apply or make any sense, right? Like if a police guy shoots someone for no reason, they don't go to jail, they don't go to court, they're just like dismissed because they're cops. Like that also like doesn't make sense in this world, because like everyone needs to, there needs to be repercussions for everybody, regardless of your title, regardless of your job. It's like a fair and even world. So I definitely am seeing like what Jordyne was saying, there are like a pretty immediate changes that like people are starting to really reassess these old laws when it comes to like the policing problem that we have, which is just one minor problem in the like whole midst of the whole thing. So I'm definitely positive as far as like, I think, we all realize that, change is good. And there's been a lot of changes with COVID, and like our entire lives have been turned upside down. And we're willing to change now because we've done the worst of it. Like we've all stuck in our bedrooms for 4 months, like with a mask when we go out for 5 minutes. So it's been like, I think that now is a perfect time for us to be thinking deeper about things, because we have more time at home with COVID. And then we've already done these extreme changes environmentally and behaviorally that no one thought we'd ever be working from home globally, right, for 4 months or 5 months, however long it's been. So I definitely have a lot of hope that the timing is right in all this, even though it feels like one thing after another keeps hitting, humans. But like it's got to all come at this time, because this is when we have these. It's such a poignant, unique experience we're all going through. So I'm very positive that there will be better changes. People will be rethinking everything that we've done over the last like 200 years, and the rules and the laws and things, so that we can govern ourselves better.
Yeah, for me, 2 positive outcomes. One is I think that there's pressure, right? And pressure creates kind of attention and focus, right? So whereas diversity might have been like their 10th out of 10th priority, right now in most boardrooms, it's becoming like the number 1 or 2 priority. Is like, okay, what are we doing, about this movement? What are our diversity metrics look like? Do we have someone who's leading up our diversity and inclusion activities here? If we don't, we should hire someone. So, and that pressure of like, we need to have a public facing response to like what we're doing to solve this or address this issue. So I think that's good. And you're seeing that at the startup level, at the Fortune 500 level. And Jordyne talked a little bit about that. The second piece, just bringing this back to remote work, is kind of in parallel to this kind of diversity movement. You have the remote movement, right? And you've got all these giant companies saying we're going to have our employees optionally working remote, like in perpetuity. I fundamentally believe that remote has advantages for all sorts of different diversity metrics, whether it's race, LGBTQ, whether it's things like ageism, like too young, too old. Also things like extroverts. Extroverts happen to usually, get more into the conversation. Maybe they're more willing to speak up. Whereas this is really an opportunity for introverts to come into the fold as well. And as Laurel was saying earlier, it also kind of opens things up geographically. It's not, opportunities aren't just going to be exclusively for people who happen to have grown up in the right city on the coasts. And I think the through line that ties this all together is really just remote work helps it be about the work. It helps you as a manager, I believe, be more objective in how you evaluate the people who are working for you, because it's about their performance. It's less about their personality or how often they can chit chat or joke around with you around the water cooler. It's more about the work. So those are the two positive silver linings I'm seeing out of this right now.
I'm seeing a ton, but I'll be brief and just say I think the most exciting thing is just our imagination. Things that we thought were impossible 6 weeks ago, 2 months ago, 2 years ago are becoming possible. Companies that I thought would never be even willing to explore remote are like, yeah, we're going to keep everyone at home now from now on, which expands the landscape for people in rural communities, as Laurel said so eloquently. I think our imagination for even how we frame and think about the world is shifting and changing right before our eyes. And so I think there's nothing more exciting than that.
I completely agree. And I'll just echo both Joe and Jordyne saying that remote work in and of itself is a privilege. We need to recognize that, and we need to say, and to be thankful for what we have, and start to share this and help empower the other people that don't have access to workplace flexibility. We need to be able to recognize that diversity has an incredible amount of diversity within it, right? Like it can be age, just like Joe was saying, age, gender, height, location, disability, physical deformity, religion, family status. Like diversity is diversity. And the more that we can move out of this mindset of fear and ignorance and into a place of safety, the sooner that we can get to a place of celebration. And when we get to that point of celebration, that's when we really get to leverage diversity and use it to enhance business operations, use it to diversify and strengthen even political sway in our communities. Like there's so many socioeconomic benefits that can come from a pool of multiple voices. So I'm excited for that future.
Oh my God, thank you everyone. Thank you everyone. These are really good spin. And I want to finish it with something funny maybe. I think like if the change from the top, right? In every country, we have very weird presidents that's not very inclusive. I think we need to start to change these presidents, starting with the US and the other ones, who is like not very political correct and inclusive. So I think everyone.
Well, you run the panel. I think you've earned the right to make a.
I think so. Everyone in their country think it twice. Have a good day, guys.
Sahin, thank you so much. And just to echo what everyone said, the time to create this change is now, right? If you are in leadership in a company, it's not a year from now, a month from now, a week from now. It is today. And thanks to all of you. For your courage, frankly, hearing what you've gone through and for being such important leaders in our space. Thank you so much, guys.